Hello everybody, SeKo Starcraft back, bringing you Game 2 between Acer Scarlett, SK2 Parting. Best of 3 series, this is Game 2 for the New York Red Bull Battlegrounds, the finals. Great games, great replays. I'm glad they released all of these here so I could go through and spend my time going through and checking out the matches I really wanted to. Scarlett played out of her mind this tournament, but is having a bit of trouble against Parting. Game 1, which I hope you guys had a chance to check out. A little bit longer, but it had some really interesting decision making that resulted in a longer game, a low econ kind of build up. And that might play into how this game goes a little bit more. First game we saw Nexus first out of Parting on a 2-player map. And we saw that Scarlett actually went for a pool first out of safety. In this game it looks like we're actually going to have a gateway first here out of Parting. A little bit more standard, a little bit safer. And it looks like we're going to have a hatchery first here out of Scarlett. And this might be a little metagaming here. I know that Scarlett plays a lot of different types of builds, some very aggressive ones, some very interesting ones that are designed to be a little bit cheesy, to throw a little bit of people off, and understand in a lot of games you will go super aggressive on economy and you can catch people like that. In this game we actually see double assimilator before the gateway is even finished. So it looks like he's going to go for a little bit more of a standard opening, and it might just be to get out that mothership core nice and early. Mothership core essentially means you will be able to expand pretty much for free. Yes. There's not many things that shoot up from a zerg player in the early part of the game. We did have a pool after hatch, no 3 hatch shenanigans. Neither player has scouted where the other player is yet, so I wouldn't expect him to do anything that greedy or ridiculous. This drone was just down here to make sure there wasn't going to be any type of pylon play, nothing too wonky that was just going to totally cheese her out. And she might actually go for another hatch right now. That looks to be the case. Even though she hasn't scouted yet. I mean, you're getting down those hatches really early on a 4-player map regardless. Economy is your friend as a zerg player. We do have that Nexus down. A little bit more delayed than last game, but interestingly enough, economy-wise, I don't think he's too far off in actual position, because last game he had saved up a lot of chrono boost just to make sure that if he needed to get out any type of attacking units he could. Mothership core is down. We're looking at a Parting's vision, and he does see the Overlord there, so he's gonna know pretty much for sure where his opponent is. Yeah, we see that probe's already changing directions to go down and scout in that direction. So we'll see what kind of strategy we have here. We do have gas already, well underway, and it turns out it's going to be a pretty fast Stargate. It was a very fast Stargate. Looks like there are 3 in each gas right now. So that should allow him to get out what I'm going to assume is going to be for oracles. With a zerg base this spread out, I believe that the probe from Parting didn't get super far, but it does know that there's an expansion here. With the bases this spread out, and there's not going to be creep just yet because you want those injects, pretty likely that the oracle's going to be able to get in a good chunk of damage. This one sentry comes out, so he's going to try to deny the zergling, using the best micro that he can. The zergling will see that, but the chrono boost on that Stargate doesn't go until after the zergling is dead. We're not seeing any special reactions here out of the zerg player. Lots of queens out on the map right now. Queens in every base. So I feel fairly well protected. Oh yeah, there it is. There's your mothership core. It's not really going to tangle that well with the queen. Mothership core, it's got a bit of shields on it there, but it takes damage pretty darn fast. Giving off a few shots. This mothership core doesn't have to feel too threatened in the early stages of the game. There isn't really too much. Oh, this is what's really, really sexy here, though. I remember this game. An oracle will buzz through a queen really, really fast. Nice micro on the oracle. Picks off a bunch of drones. Gonna actually pick off a couple of zerglings as well. Looks like it's just about to be out of energy. Yeah, it's out of energy now. So it has to fall back. That's it though. There's not anything else coming out of the Stargate right now. We have the other 2 gases being taken. 3 gateways down. And we have zealots being warped in proximity just down here. Zerglings are out on the map. There are a chunk of them, but they have no idea that this is what's happening right now. And this could actually be really, really clever. There is a forge going down, as well as a robo bay. So we'll see if he's going some late game aspirations or not. This isn't the kind of play you see from somebody that's necessarily just going to take a 3rd base. Manages, gets one of the creep tumors. Zealots do really, really good against queens. Just in general. Like one zealot will take a 1 queen. The mothership core is so annoying. I find it hilarious when mothership cores last in battles like these. They'll just sit there, making their pot shots, doing the damage they can. Let's see that the Oracle kills off another queen. Lots of zerglings coming out. Doesn't quite lose the Oracle. Looks like he'll be able to get this hatch, and this wasn't anything too crazy though out of the Protoss player. Just a 3-gate warp-in of zealots was able to deal with this. It's just that Scarlett got completely caught off guard. Lots of zerglings up, but they're not really going to do her much good. Now, I mean, she's got all these zerglings, but she's not going to be able to break through the Protoss player. Maybe may make a baneling nest, and that'd be hilarious. Infestation pit on the way, but she's only on 2 bases essentially, and she doesn't even have all of her gases. So I don't know if she's going to be able to really afford to get out the numbers she needs to use those to really last. She does take care of that proxy pylon, which is nice. But we see we got a warp prism already in progress here. And the Overseer is not going to see this. Now this warp prism is pretty important. We're just going to see what's going on here. Most of the rest of what's happening is Parting looking, and I think he's still only got 3 or 4 gateways, to come in here with all these sentries and this slow warp prism, cut off the main. All the zerglings are out on the map right now. There's pretty much nothing that Scarlett has that's going to be able to really deal with this. And if I understand correctly, yeah, there's no pathogen glands for any of these infestors that are about to pop. A lot of force fields though to take out 1 queen. You kind of need them force fields left. And then these zealots. I believe they have +1 now. Yeah, +1 has been finished. So against this heavy zergling army, I believe the zerglings... Yeah, the zerglings kind of get sacrificed here at the front. They got a couple sentries it looks like, but they don't have +1 carapace. So they're going to get 2-shotted by any of these zealots. Nice micro on the sentries there. Keeping those going as long as possible. Drones kind of stacking. That's a lot of drones in one little piece there. Many of them are dying in a strange enough sense because they're not being focused. Zealots squeezing past. Lots of kills. That +1 attack. And I think that's just pretty much it for Scarlett. I think she just got caught. Completely unaware. Just a great strategy from Parting. Had a great plan, went in there, executed it perfectly. Scarlett didn't scout it, she didn't prepare for it, and that was essentially a bit of a stomping of a game for Game 2. But that means that the series is going to Parting, 2 games to nothing for the group stages. SeKo Starcraft, thanks everybody for tuning in.